1.3 Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioner appointments, conditions of service and term of office bill of 2023. So in Rajya Sabha recently, the Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners bill was introduced to replace the old Election Commission Act of 1991. So this bill regulates the procedures for appointments and conditions of service and term of office of CECs and election commissioners. So at present, the Chief Election Commissioner and Election Commissioner are appointed by the President on the advice of the committee consisting of Prime Minister, leader of opposition party in Lok Sabha, or if the opposition party leader is absent, then the leader of the largest opposition party of Lok Sabha will be present in this committee, and the CJI. So with these three members, a committee will be formed and they will recommend CEC and ECs to the president, and on the president order they will be appointed. But now, as per the new bill, the Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners are appointed by the President on the recommendations of the selection committee. Okay. Now, this selection committee first, before forming a selection committee, for that selection committee, a search committee will be formed. Okay, that search committee consists of cabinet secretary as the head and two other members having experience and knowledge in the matters of elections. Okay, so in this new bill, before forming a selection committee, a search committee will be formed, and that search committee will be consisting of the cabinet secretary comprising of two other members who are not below the rank of Secretary of Government of India. So for the selection committee, a search committee will be formed, and this search committee consists of a cabinet secretary and two other members who are not below the rank of Secretary of Government of India. Okay, so this search committee is headed by the cabinet secretary. So this search committee will prepare a panel of 5 members, and this panel of 5 members gives recommendations upon for the CECs and DCs, and based upon this, a selection committee, they will give recommendations, and a selection committee consists of Prime Minister, leader of opposition, and Union Cabinet Minister. So these members, on the recommendations of this search committee, so a list of 30 to 40 members of Chief Election Commissioner list or election commissioners who are to be appointed, a list will be prepared by them. And here, even though after they prepare the list of ECs and CECs, selected one, so here if the selection committee want to add a new member, then a new member also will be added. Okay, so that means the search committee is not given more importance, so their recommendations are not given more importance here. So finally, the selection committee, even though if the search committee did not recommend a particular person to be a CEC or EC, they can add that person. That means here the majority party in power will have the more, almost 75% of voting, and in this search committee also, this committee is not given more importance. So these are the two drawbacks to be remembered. Next is Chief Election Commissioner and Election Commissioner should have the qualifications equivalent to the rank of Secretary of Government of India. They can hold office for a term of 6 years or 65 years, whichever is earlier, and they are not eligible for reappointment. And in some cases, if the Election Commissioner is appointed as a Chief Election Commissioner, they combine both the terms, and it should not be more than 6 years. Okay, so if I served as election commissioner for 3 years, and if I got promoted as a chief election commissioner, then I have to only serve only 3 years. Okay, my total term period, even though EC or a CEC, should be only of 6 years. And the next one is salary and allowances. So the salary, allowances and service conditions of chief election commissioner and other election commissioners will be same as the cabinet secretary. and the chief election commissioner can only be removed in the manner same like a Supreme Court judge. So the removal procedure, in this removal procedure of chief election commissioner, first a motion for removal of chief election commissioner should be passed through a majority of voting, that is 2/3 of present and voting should be done, and then through the order of the president the chief election commissioner is removed. So the election commissioner can be removed only through the recommendations of chief election commissioner. One thing to observe here is EC is removed separately by the different procedure and chief election commissioner is removed separately. So here it is also one of the drawback. As per Article 324 Clause 5, CEC and ECs are removed separate through the separate procedures. So this unequal thing should not be there. So the Article 324 Clause 5 should be amended, and election commissioner and chief election commissioner should be given same removal procedures. So the concerns is the selection commission is given the extra powers. The CJ is not present here. In that place a union cabinet minister is union cabinet, it is that the CJI place is replaced by the union cabinet minister. Okay, so the selection committee is given some extra powers which might be misused. And next one is, in the selection process even CJI is included as the member in the selection committee before, but here it is not there. So way forward is Article 324 clause 5 should be amended, and same removal procedures should be taken for election commissioner and chief election commissioner. Next is, there should be a transparency in the appointment process of election commissioner and chief election commissioners. So here the appointment process should be widened by engaging the prominent jurists, CJI, independent experts, etc., so that the transparency in the appointment process can be widened.